Well, hello everybody. This is Uncle Louie coming at you with the long-awaited episode 23 of the podcast. And this episode shall so rightly be titled New Year's Special. And the reason why it's a very special episode, as y'all may hear some footsteps and a lot of the scenery in the background, I have finally made it to a place that I've been wanting to go for a while. I have been here, but never on my own. So I've been trying to get here on my own so I can make a wonderful podcast episode. And in case y'all, at least for the subscribers of mine and the viewers of mine, your loyal Louians that have been keeping track or a lack of my content, I haven't really posted up much of anything lately. So, just life got busy. That happens. But I'm telling you, I am back. Uncle Louie's back. Right. So you can see, I'm in some trails. I don't know if it comes out right in this video format. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And so, I'm going through some trails. It's a lot of, honestly, the couple of times that I have been here, it's just been amazing. It's been so much fun. And I'm an outdoorsy kind of person. I'm an outdoorsy guy. So for me, this is like, wow, this is amazing. It's just me. That's just me. Well, not just me. There's probably billions of people in the world that are just probably have the same sentiments, but unlike me, they don't have loyal Louians to watch their content and potential loyal Louians to watch their content. And so it is with great affection that I say I am sorry for all that time that I have not come out with new content or anything for that matter. But we're finally getting the ball rolling again, or at least I am. I'm trying. And if you hear me sniffing a lot, or with the sniffles and stuff, I don't know. My allergies started acting up, so got a bit of a runny nose. It's a bit of a pain in the tuchus. But yeah, I'll do my best. And it feels so nostalgic and refreshing to make another video. It's been so long. It's been months. I don't think, I never meant for it to go this long, honestly. Like, for me, this was never meant to go on for that long in terms of the break. I mean, I always intended to continue the podcast, but as I mentioned, I never intended for it to be this long of a break. And so it feels good. It feels good to get the ball rolling again. This time, though, the video is not going to be as, I want to say, hold it, there we go. Going through a tricky area here. It's not going to be as easily maneuverable because I am recording on my phone. I've been wanting to record on my phone actually for a very long time. It's just I never had the space for it, but then I bought a very large SD card, an SD card with a good amount of storage, so now I have ample amount of storage to fulfill my video making needs, like YouTube. Alright, so I'm going to show you where I am right now. It's actually amazing, it's phenomenal, it's beautiful. I'm going to do my best to kind of give you a little pan around. I mean, you can see some of the trees back here. Trees right here. They're beautiful. These are some trails that are in my city. I want to say relatively new. I mean, they're not new, but it's been, I think it was maybe like 5-6 years ago that they made these, so it's not that old either, it's not the decade yet. But let's see what we can pan around. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it with me in it because otherwise I will not be able to see what you all can see. So there's that. My hair's a little bit messy. Some of the wind is knocking it off. It's style, but bear with me. And my shades, so they're like the transition lenses, so they get dark whenever I'm typically outside and it's like daytime and stuff. Yeah, we're back to the tree. Now we will continue going forward. And I guess I'll just hold it like this. I think it's easier. You know, it's times like these I do kind of wish I had my tripod with the camera holder. Just for the fact that it would make this a little bit easier, but it's okay. It's okay. I just realized something pretty important too. When you all view this, you're not going to be able to view it sideways. Well, you could, but it's going to come out in like the 16:9 ratio thing type of way. Huh. I guess I didn't think this through too well. Well, I'm a little rusty, so forgive me for that. A little rusty here. Continuing the walk, the journey. Whew. And it's been a pretty hectic couple of months. I mean, school and stuff, college, you know, assignments, papers, essays, tests, all these things, and then finals. Man, all you college students out there, you college going loyal Louians will know that sometimes it's a bit demanding, especially in the end. I don't know why, but regardless of what type of school you go to, whether it's college or high school or middle school, a lot of teachers kind of leave the majority of assignments, or they're always behind. That's what I never understood. Why is it that they're always behind if they've been doing this for years? I think by now they should have been able to kind of get the gist of it or the hang of it. You know what I mean? I'm doing a little quick pan around. Wait, let me go to the center. That way you can get a better look at it. One moment, please. Yeah. Oh, wow. Dang, I'm stupid. There was a pause button, so you all didn't even have to see that, or hear it, I should say. Alright, let's go to the middle, right around here. Alright, panoramic view, or 360, and not even panoramic. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. 360 view. I'll try to put myself in the bottom edge so y'all can see the wonderful nature around. Bugs. Some flies around here. And I will say this, even though it's been a while, I'm still used to long videos, so I guess that's a good thing because of all the time I spent with all of you. Alright, my glasses started getting fogged up, a little foggy from all the heat from walking and whatnot. I mean, it's supposed to be cold, like it's supposed to be, I think, like 60 right now or something like that, but honestly, to me, it feels like it's like 90 something. I guess I just produce too much body heat whenever I get very physical. You know, when I start walking or running or jogging, it's just too much heat. But yeah, let's continue our venture. And this is a part that I have actually gone through. That's why I thought it'd be pretty cool for all of you viewers to kind of get acquainted with it a little bit, at least, just as far as I guess nature will allow me. Because there's one particular bit that's pretty cramped that I remember the first time I went through it, I had to crouch down a lot. Oh, there it is. Let me try to, or at least I believe that's the place. Is it? Give me 1 second. No, it is not. Oh well. Huh. There was a place I wanted to show all of you, but can't seem to find it. Maybe too much foliage grew in its place. The last time I was here was like during the summer of last year. See, we can all say those kind of funny, stupid jokes. But yes, I haven't been here since last year, literally. But now since the summer, I want to say probably like July, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was July. So it's been quite a good number of months that have passed by since I've been here, and so I'm guessing. I mean, there's been a lot of drastic, extreme changes in weather within the past couple of months as well. You know, we've started. The thing is if you live in Texas, you will understand very much so that the Texas weather is a very fickle thing. Very fickle. Because for all of you non-Texan natives, Texas weather is very unpredictable. I mean, for the most part, it generally tends to be pretty hot. So you can kind of expect that, but it's just random times when the Texas weather just drastically changes almost to the extreme, in a sense of like it could be like 90 some degrees one day, and then the following day it could go down all the way to like 50 or 40. You know, you'll have days like that, or you'll have sunshine, boiling heat one day, and then freezing cold, and freezing cold accompanied with rain the next day. You know, stuff like that, or cloudy, non-cloudy, cold, hot, cold, hot, hot, cold, 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 a little bit warm, colder. You know, it's just a constant battle back and forward between different temperatures and different weather conditions. So it's a bit of a pain. I mean, I like it. I like weather. Weather's cool. Weather has always been a big interest of mine. So let's continue. Let me show you where I am actually. And it's not much to see. I mean, it's just a lot of trees. But I think I might have found the location that I was talking about. Somewhere down. Dang it! I'm trying to get the hang of this. Down there, I believe it's either on this side or it's on that side. You know, that's another trail going that way behind me. And so we'll try to check it out. I mean, I could easily just go over there and see how the other side looks. It's just very interesting. I'm very excited. It might not show right now on my face, but I am very, very excited to go through here. You know what? I'll go through this one. This is what this side looks like. It's almost like a portal to another world. Half of me. A portal to the other world. Only half will come back. I wonder what talents I'll get to keep and what will go. I wonder if my video making capabilities will be challenged. They will be told to forever leave my side and never to return. Who knows? Not I. For the only thing I have to go by is a good faith that things will be alright. And really, that's what everyone, even especially the adults who have families or loved ones that they care about very dearly, that's what they always have to tell themselves. Gotta have faith, because without faith, we don't have much. Yeah. Let's start going under here. I just went under that. Let's see where to go. More bridges, more tunnels. There's actually a pretty cool tunnel that I wanted to show you all. And just so y'all know, I mean, I'm not too sure how long I'm gonna make this video, but since it's a New Year's special, I am thinking it should be pretty long. I mean, when I used to do the podcast via audio only, the specials would usually be about an hour or so. If the memory is sufficient enough. Oh boy, I almost stepped on a cactus. Well, no cacti, because I almost stepped on a bunch of them actually. But yeah, if memory allows it, I'll make an hour-long video. And in this high quality, it's gonna be a pretty dang long video. Yeah, I'm just gonna pause it for a second to get my bearings real quick. Alright, I have gotten my bearings and I have come to the conclusion that the place that I thought I was going to. It wasn't the place I thought I was going to, and it's possible that that other place was probably blocked off. It was probably the other side, but I got a bit of a look because this side and the other side that I was gonna go through are connected, kind of. So, and the other side has a dead end, so they probably blocked it off. I guess too many people going through there. But it was really cool. Just imagine a bunch of like trees arching over, like back to back to back, so it kind of looks like a perfect little like a pathway of tree branches, almost like a portal to another world. But I guess that will not happen. That will not happen. So I'll show you this. A lot of cactus down there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much looking at. I'll give you the full view around. Now you get to only hear my voice. I have no idea what I'm pointing at, honestly, just a general idea, so if it looks good, it looks good. If not, then, well, too bad. Too bad. And we're starting to come around back to square one. And just so y'all know, I'll show you the cacti almost kind of just fell down on those right there. I don't know if you can see them. I hope you can. Where are they? Yeah, right there. There's cacti right there. Yeah, almost slipped and fell on them, butt first, so that would have been extremely painful. I remember, I think I've only ever had, well, I had a couple of occasions where I've been pricked by the needles from a cactus, but I think a couple of those times was when I was young, very young, and it's not a memory that I have. Kind of just, it's not something I remember. I just remember that I've been pricked more than once, so, you know. But the one I do remember was, I guess, somewhat recent, within the last maybe 7 years, I want to say. Yeah, I think that sounds right, like the last 6-7 years or so. A couple of buddies and I were playing in this kind of like a forested area, kind of like this one, but it was behind my friend. One of my friends is one of his house, and it was kind of just a place where there's just a bunch of land, barren land kind of thing. Well, not barren, but a lot of forested kind of land, and we had a quite a number of us. You know, it was maybe like a good 7 to 10 of us. I'm not too sure on the number, but I know it was at least 7, 8-ish. And we're playing airsoft, and you know, for all of you who don't know, airsoft is pretty much, you know, those BB guns. Basically, you fight with BB guns, kind of just like I guess you could call it like a military style thing. I don't know, but basically it's like you're fighting like you're playing war, something like that. And during that time, we were just, you know, playing around. We were using the whole lot, I guess you could say. It was very, very humongous. And a lot of places to hide. It just seemed like a real jungle type of battlefield experience, so it was pretty realistic, pretty cool. And while I was trying to hide, when I moved my leg back, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that there was a cactus right there, right where I was putting my foot back. So one of the needles pricked me. I believe it was in my calf muscle. That was painful, man. It hurt trying to get that thing out. That thing's like, has little barbs on it, very small, but the more you pull, the more it hurts, the more it pulls on your skin. And it's just, it's not particularly enjoyable. It sucks, man. It sucks. It hurts. It hurt a lot. But I bit through the pain, And then I finally got it out, and even though I took it out, to me, it still felt like there was still something there for a while. And then finally, after a couple of days, it went away. But ever since then, I've always been very careful, because it wasn't fun. It wasn't a pleasant experience, and I definitely do not want to go through that again if I don't have to. Now, you all may be asking, Uncle Louie, when would you ever choose to go through a pain like that? Well, I will tell you. There's a couple of instances, but they're all kind of formed around the same reason, or the theme of the reason, which is basically to protect someone else. Like, let's say you're a guy or a girl, however you want to put it. I don't need arguments on this channel, but if you're a person and your partner or significant other is about to, like, if an accident happened or something, or they tripped and they're about to fall, and you're able to block the way or get in the way to prevent them from getting hurt, then that's what you do. So that's one instance. Another instance is if you're like a parent or a parent figure, and a child, or your child, or your niece or nephew, or I don't know, just any child is about to get hurt. Kind of put yourself in the parental type of protective state, and that's when you kind of just get stung instead of the kid. If you can help them out like that. If not, then whatever happens. No fault in that. If you can't do anything about it, then you can't. That's just it. And that's pretty much the 2 reasons, 2 or 3, I can't remember. I think it's 2 reasons that why you would choose to go through something like that. Oh, another one, pretty dumb reason, but it's been done before, for money, like for a dare or a game show, or just something like that. I would imagine that would be one of the reasons why you would just put yourself through something like that. If someone offered me like $20,000 to get pricked by a cactus, I'd probably do it. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be happy about it, but getting 20 G's out of that, I think that's worth the pain. Now, if I had to completely fall on the whole thing, I don't know if that one would be worth it. But if it's like, you have to poke your ankle or your leg or your arm or something on the cactus, then I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of a room for discussion on that particular one, but that's where the maybe comes in. But 20 G's is 20 G's, man. But either way. So what I was talking about earlier, actually, about the whole teacher thing. A lot of teachers leave things last minute. I think personally, at least my 2 cents about it, is I think it's just human nature, We're not meant to be perfect, so you're never going to get anything right, no matter how many times you do it. There's always going to be a mistake in anything you do. Now, it might not be a mistake to other people, but you will know that you've done a mistake in some kind of endeavor or task that you kind of committed yourself to, or that you created. Whew, man. Sneezing, allergies, and burping, man, it just never ends. A little bit tired, not tired, but I'd kind of been on the trails for like over an hour before I started recording, and I've enjoyed it, and I love it, and I can go longer, but my legs are starting to feel a little bit weak. It's mostly because usually when I come to trails or something, or to a place that's park-like, I like to run. I really love to run, because that gets the energy going, the blood flowing and everything, and my legs, even though they might feel tired, I still keep running. When I just walk and only walk, I start getting a little tired after maybe hour, 2 hours or so, just a little bit. So I get tempted to want to sit down and just relax a bit, maybe like 5-10 minutes just to take in the sights. Well, for me right now, it's more to take in the sights because believe it or not, I'm actually here completely alone. Like, there's multiple entrances to these particular trails, and I've kind of gone almost all around through all the other trails earlier today, and there was nobody here but just me. But it makes sense. I mean, what kind of person isn't with family on like New Year's Day, right? Well, I'll tell you what kind of person me, because I'm gonna go back. They're making food, but the food's gonna take a while to cook, so I decided, well, why don't I just go do something else, because I was kind of bored, a little bit bored. So I'm like, you know what, I'll go do something, going a little bit on a tangent here, even though I will not get into specifics, but I won't give out specific names for privacy reasons and whatnot. Hold on. Sorry, there was a bug in my face. I should say in my nose. And that was not a pretty sight, so I paused it. But yeah, now here's a little tangent for all of you. I've talked about, I don't want to say love, but romance. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Talked about romance in this channel before, my love life and whatnot, how I had options, then didn't have any options, and then after that I didn't make anything more because that was kind of around the time I started taking a break, so the videos haven't really been consistent as much. But I will say, kind of as an update, why you all would want to know, I don't know. It's just sometimes people are interested in that stuff. I mean, if y'all care, you'll listen to it. If you don't, you can just skip right through this until I talk about something else. But as for me, this is an outlet for this individual to express some type of emotion, hoping that there's someone out there that can listen to this weary, tired old soul who can understand my pain. Do you understand my pain? I bet you do. Not even pain, it's more like just longing. Oh, and scene. But for real. So, within the past couple of months, been come across a lot of different girls and whatnot, and a lot of teasing, not in the way you think, more just like they make themselves seem interested. I don't know what goes through their mind, but they kind of just play around, they play mind games and whatnot. And the thing is, and you all know this if you know me, or if you know me personally, you know this, I don't play mind games. I mean, I do, but only when it's for particular situations. But I don't go along with these girls' mind games. I mean, I've learned a lot over the couple of years. I'm very big into just looking into a lot of different aspects of life, and I notice the details and stuff, so I can easily tell when I'm being played. That's why it's really hard to lie to me. Yeah, it's very hard. Even if people will sometimes believe they successfully lied to me, but I know when they're lying, because I'm pretty good at that stuff. But either way, so it's been a lot of girls that I've just kind of been, I should say, just teasing in the sense of just, a little bit of flirting here and there, and then they go cold and don't say anything. And by the way, I'll just take this time to kind of do a little 360 here, because this is actually a pretty cool place. Let me just go a little bit forward so y'all can see, before I start my long tangent of a story, the bitter love life of Uncle Louie. Wow, we're already going towards almost 30 minutes. That's actually pretty impressive for the amount of time that I've spent not making videos or not making any content. It's pretty cool. And if you noticed, it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, but I am just looking at the screen. But the camera's in the corner, so yeah. If this was like flipped to the side, like it should have been, like I should have done, it would have looked like I would have been. Well, I could have been looking at you the whole time, but it's okay. I look occasionally, just because I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice YouTube channel person. Oh wow, I'm not alone. There's people here. Better get on a move out, cause yeah, I bet you can hear them going through. Let's hope they keep going straight that way and not over here. Why am I getting lower? Because I don't want this to be interrupted by random people. Yeah. Such a pain. Alright, there's people coming this way. And if it turns out that they get a little too close or whatnot, I'll just pause the video and, resume it once they either pass me or I go somewhere else. Let's continue. Let's continue our venture into the world. The world of the unknown, and hopefully the world that I do not get followed by. Oh, man. Now it's become interesting. Because now I feel like I should be running hard to get to there's a particular area in these trails that's like kind of like an intersection of all, like every other trail, and it'd be perfect to just get away from everyone else here. I'm trying to remember the way to it. I think I'm coming close to it. It's still coming. Oh, there it is. I found it. We'll be there shortly. I will continue to trek forward. It's a good thing they ain't running. Maybe it's not a good thing, because they're constantly behind me. I don't know. How do you all feel about that? When you have like someone constantly behind you and they're not stalking you or anything, but sometimes it just feels uncomfortable. I don't know. Maybe it's just sometimes it's like a paranoia thing. Not a bad thing, but it's just like I don't like it when people are behind me kind of feeling. Let's move a little faster. There we go. Wasn't a lot of running, just a little bit. Whew. Yeah, no, it's a little difficult for me because I got all this heavy stuff on. Got this pullover and some warm-ups, and I got shorts underneath because it was cold yesterday, and I put them on today thinking it was gonna be just as cold, and it's not that cold. It's warm. It's this heat that always takes my breath away. Like I said earlier, I'm a furnace. When I start running or doing any kind of physical activity, just emanates. I'm like a heater. Emanate a lot of heat. Oh good. They came down this way too. Well, let's see. I will just keep trekking onward. Oh yeah, what I was talking about. So within the past couple of months, a lot of teasing, at least what I see as teasing. Nothing serious whatsoever. Not even a possible attempt. Except for, I don't know. I will say this. There is someone I'm very much kind of curious about, or curious and very much into, but usually those never turn out well. And the reason why I say that is because while I may feel a particular way about this particular girl, this particular woman, but she probably does not feel the same way about me. Why? Usually just because they don't know me, or a lack of communication in general. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, let me bring this up. This is gonna go towards my male viewers right now. What do you guys think about that kind of mindset that a lot of girls have, that the guys always have to be the ones to make the first move? Ladies, you can join in on this conversation too if you want, or if you're one that doesn't think that way, then give your 2 cents about it. But why is it the guy always has to do everything? I mean, I get it, we probably will do it because we want to, but sometimes we want to be chased ourselves, It's like, hey, how about you go and say something, or you give me something to work with, Like, I don't know, how do I say it? Like, there'll be times, as an example, there'll be times when, like, a girl or two come up to me and they'll start talking with me, and I'm like, okay, that's great, and it's a good step, they took the initiative and whatnot. But it's like, if we're just talking, I mean, just normal, not about anything very particular. If it's just a general talk with a person, I'm just gonna kind of assume that it's just, you just see me as like, at worst case scenario, that you just see me as someone who's convenient to talk to because I'm like the only person there that you figured you could say something to. Best case scenario, I'll just assume that you're like very friendly. You're very friendly, and that's about it. I'm not gonna assume much. Because the thing is, ladies, pay attention to this. With some of us guys, not all of us, but with some of us, a lot of times, if you want to go a little bit beyond, or if you want to give us that impression that you're making the effort for something more than just friends, something more as like a partner type of thing, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing, you have to have conversations that have a deeper meaning, like the topics you choose are gonna basically have that underlying idea of, okay, if you talk about, let's just, again, as an example, if you talk about getting up in the morning and just doing normal stuff, or just things that are just, you talk about with anybody in general, like it's nice weather, or I don't know, just stuff, very generic stuff like that. That's a very generic type of vibe you're giving, like you're just giving a vibe, a type of vibe that's basically saying, I'm just talking with you just for the moment, not really for anything special, and no particular reason. And this is just advice for girls who are interested in guys that have similar mentality or similar ways of seeing things like I do. This is just advice. Take it if you want to. If you don't, ignore it. It's up to you. But for me, it's like, if you want me to be a little bit interested, I mean, it doesn't take much, honestly, but because of all the, I want to say, because of all of the wisdom that I've gained with my years, I've learned certain things, and I've learned one very important kind of a way of adopting a certain mentality. I've learned that to not get swayed by emotion so easily, even though sometimes we would love nothing more than to be swayed by emotion. But I've learned to kind of control that, control it in such a way that if a girl would have like a generic conversation with me, or just a regular friendly only conversation, I would still probably be interested in that girl if I thought she was like cute and stuff, or if I thought she was very attractive, you know, or a very good, cool person, or whatever. You know, I'd be interested, you know, but I stopped myself because of the wisdom I've learned over the years. Now, this wisdom is not going to apply to everybody, you know. It just applies, personally, I just think it just only applies to me and maybe a very few select other individuals that are similar to me. But it's, you know, everybody has their own way of doing things. And there's no, I mean, technically there's no right or wrong way, but I believe there is a wrong way. It just, if it doesn't work, it's wrong. If it works, then you must be doing something right. But the thing is sometimes what's considered wrong can be the right thing. It's just the way you look at it, the span of time that you test it out, you know, like, or that you put it into practice, you know, like if you're used to getting the attention of certain people a particular way, and if that way just takes longer than someone else's, you know, it doesn't mean it's a failed way or it's a wrong way. That just means it takes longer. So I only brought that up because sometimes for me, the way I usually go about in a serious or a consideration for a serious, you know, like in my case, a serious girlfriend or something like that, I take my time, you know, like take my time, get to know them, kind of, I don't know, I think I'm very old-fashioned like that, and I just, something about it just seems right, you know, like, that doesn't mean that I've always done it that way. Hold on. Doesn't mean that I've always done it that way, but I don't know, that way just seems to be more, it just seems to have a better and longer lasting outcome, you know, because you really get to know someone, and you go through the dating process, you know, if it gets to that point, you go through the dating process, and once you're going through that, you know, that's just something else. That's just the next level, you know, the next level, because there's always somewhere more. There's always more. There's always another level to get to. You know, that's with anything in life. There's always another level. Like if you have a goal, well, once you reach it, you gotta have another goal. You gotta continuously have more goals and then achieve them. Because if you just have one goal and you achieve it, then your life kind of loses meaning, you know? Yeah. Wow, 43. Now right now I'm amazed by the amount of time. I feel like I've been gibbering and jabbering about nonsense for the last like 10-15 minutes. I guess because I never got to the point. But yeah, long story short, there's this girl I like. I'm not sure if she's interested or not, but I'm not gonna be the one to do all the work, you know, like I'm usually the one that does everything in the past, but Uncle Louis has learned better, so gotta give me something good to work with, you know, like put something in a conversation that kind of hints, it's like I'm into you, or I don't know, girls, you can figure it out, or but what was that? Is that a chicken? That was not a chicken. That was something. It was walking on two legs. But it was small. Huh. That was weird. I'm sorry. I saw something. I don't know. To me, it looked like a chicken. It might have been like a very small roadrunner or something. It was weird. It's funny how the first thing I think of when I saw it was a chicken. because I'm hungry, a little bit hungry. I think it's right here. I think it already ran away. Man, all this warm clothes is getting to me. It's getting a little too warm for me right now. Good thing is I think I'm close to the exit, so I can at least, I don't know, find a place to sit down for a little while. Continue this podcast. Hopefully it's not, I hope you all aren't bored, you know. As I mentioned, it's been a while. I haven't really been doing this much to really practice, so, you know, I'm a little rusty. So let this rust fall off as it shall. And I'm still amazed that the phone's memory hasn't been completely used up yet. Oh, that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. But yeah. So, I don't know. Does this girl know that I like her? I don't think so. Will I ever tell her? Maybe. Someday. Not too sure if I will though, but maybe. Just depends if I see something that... If I see some type of initiative, I think that's the best way to put it right now. Like if I see some type of initiative that says, like, yes, I'm, you know, come on, Uncle Louie, let's go, make your move. If I see something like that, then I'm like, okay, boom. And sometimes I'm a little bit too stubborn, and I purposely put myself in the fool position just because a very cautious creature I am. So not in everything, because I sure as heck ain't not cautious with a lot of things actually, but I don't know, sometimes I turn into the cautious person. Never understood why, you know, but that's life, man. That's life, man. You just gotta take in love, gotta give out love, and sometimes you want love from specific someone, but you don't get it. So you gotta accept that decision